Hello, friends. Thanks for coming back. We are on day 3 of our Journeys lessons today. I'm going to share my screen with you, and then we are going to start day 3 of our phonics and our vocabulary lessons. So our essential question for this week that goes with Henry and Mudge is, what is a perfect pet like? We've talked about my idea of a perfect pet for 2 days. Now I want you to find someone in your house right now and whisper to them, what would be your idea of a perfect pet? You might already have the perfect pet at your house. What do you like about them so much? Share it with a family member. We are going to do some rhyming. Do you have a piece of paper with you, friends? If you don't have a piece of paper, please pause the video. Go get a piece of paper and a pencil. You're going to need it for today. When you've got your piece of paper, I want you to make a list of words that rhyme with cat. Give yourself a few minutes, pause the video, give yourself a few minutes to write your list, and then when you're done, unpause it and let's see if you came up with any of the words that I came up with on my list. Ready? I'm going to show you my list now. Hat rhymes with cat. So does bat. Flat. Sat. Brat. Did you get that one? Gnat. Mat. Pat. Rat. That. Now. See if you can write a 2-line poem with some of these rhyming words. That would be tricky. 2 lines that rhyme. While you're thinking about your 2-line poem, I want to talk about the word, I messed up, friends. I'm going to have to go back to my list here. I wanted to talk about the word gnat. Gnat was a very interesting word because it had a silent G in the front of it, and that's what I wanted to point out to you, but I accidentally moved my PowerPoint forward and showed you the next page. So while you're still thinking about your poem, take a look at this word gnat right here. See? It starts with a G, but that G is silent. It doesn't say anything. And when we're sounding out the word gnat, we skip right over it and go to the N, gnat. Okay. When you've got your 2-line poem, you can share it with a family member. I'm going to make a 2-line poem right off the top of my head with these words. Let's see what I can come up with. The flat gnat got a pat on his bat. That didn't really make any sense at all. Sometimes rhyming sentences don't. Let's move on. Listen and learn. Today we're going to count the syllables in words. A syllable is a word part that is 1 vowel sound. So when you have syllables in a word, each syllable needs to have its own vowel sound, has to have at least one. A syllable is a word that has 1 vowel sound, is a word part that has 1 vowel sound. Clap gently to count the syllables you hear in this word. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say the word, you're going to clap, and then I'm going to clap it, and we'll see if you're right. Okay, you're going to compare your answer to mine. Here's the word. Ready? Dog. Clap the syllables. All right, let's see. Dog had 1 syllable. Did you clap 1 time? If you did, good job. Next word. Ready? Nap. Clap the syllables. Nap had 1 syllable in it. Did you clap 1 time? Excellent work. Next one. Slip. Count the syllables. Slip. Did you clap once? Good job. Next one. There's that fancy K again. Remember I said in the previous video, sometimes the font that they use to make these PowerPoints on the computer, the typing that they use, makes the letters look a little bit different. That is actually a K, not an R. Some people might think it looks like an R. This word is kitten. Kitten. Clap the syllables in kitten. Ready? Kitten. Did you clap twice? Good job. Next one. Candy. Clap the syllables in candy. Candy. 2 times. Good job, guys. Next word is stop. Your turn. Clap the syllables. Stop. Good. And our last word is window. Clap the syllables. Window. 2 claps in that one. Nice work, friends. These are everyday words. Remember, sometimes I call them everyday words. Sometimes I call them high frequency words. Sometimes I call them sight words. They have 3 names. But either way, these are words that you should be able to say. You should be able to spell. You should be able to read. And you're going to see them a lot in your reading in 2nd grade. So here's what I want you to do. Before we even get to the riddles, I want you to take a look at these words and read them in your head. See those words? Now, Mrs. Scamp is going to read them for you. This word is walked. This word is next. Around. Be. 5. Help. Or. Pull. Take. Until. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I've got 4 riddles for you. I want you to think about what the answer is to each riddle, and on your piece of paper, you can write them down. If I'm not going too fast for you, you can always pause the video, make sure you've got your answer before I reveal the answer, okay? Number 1, which word rhymes with cake? Cake. Did you say take? Take rhymes with cake. Good job, guys. Number 2. What is 1 less than 6? Could you find the answer from our list above? 1 less than 6. 5. Nice work. Number 3. Here's our clue. This word is the antonym for push. Do you know what an antonym is? An antonym means the opposite of something. So I'm looking for a word which is the opposite of push, or the antonym for push. Did you say pull? Good. Pull and push are opposites. And number 4, you'll hear a long E at the end of this word. So what sound does a long E make? Did you say E? All right, there's a word where you're going to hear the E at the end of the word. You might not see the E, but you're going to hear that sound, E, at the end of the word. Walked, I don't hear an E there. Next, I don't hear an E at the end of that word. Around, I don't hear an E at the end of that word. Be, I do hear an E at the end of that word. That word is be. Good job. Say all of these everyday words in a joyful voice. Can you use a joyful voice? If you've got a joyful voice, does that mean you're happy? So I'm going to say them in a happy voice. Walked. Next. Around. Be. 5. Help. Or. Pull. Take. Until. That was the happiest voice I could master. I wish I could have heard your happy voices. Okay. Read these words with me. These are our vocabulary words from this week. You're going to see these words in the story Henry and Mudge, and you've already read Henry and Mudge, so you've already seen them at least once. This word is curly. You know what's interesting about curly is I hear a long E sound at the end of curly too, but I don't see an E. Curly. Do you hear the E sound there? What letter did they use to make that E sound? They used a Y. Sometimes Y makes the E sound, especially when it's the end of the word. Curly, straight. Uh-oh, there's that Y again. What sound's that going to make? E sound, right? This word is floppy. Drooled, weighed, stood, collars, and row. You're going to need a partner at your house. You're probably going to need a co-teacher. I like to call your parents my co-teachers. You're going to do some turn and talk with your my co-teacher. Okay, here are our turn and talk topics. I want you to choose one of these topics and talk about it with your parents or with my co-teachers. And when you're talking about this topic, I want you to try to use some of our vocabulary words in your answer. The point of this is to make sure you're using our vocabulary words in sentences in natural conversation, okay? So the first topic is, why do pet owners put collars on their dogs? The second topic is, how much do you think the largest cat in history weighed? And finally, describe the difference between straight, wavy, and curly hair. Mrs. Gampa's got curly hair. I don't know if you can see it in the back there. I like to wear it in a ponytail, but this would be an interesting topic for me to talk about. All right, pause the video, spend about 2 minutes talking about one of these topics, and then unpause it and come back to me. Okay, friends, it's time for us to do our word study. I'm going to talk to you about a pattern in words. Words can have letter patterns. They can have a pattern called it's called a CVC pattern. And so I want to show you an example of a CVC pattern. The C stands for the word consonants. Consonants are letters like B, C, F, G. As a matter of fact, a consonant is anything that's not a vowel in our alphabet. And the vowels, I'm going to go through the vowels and tell you them right now. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes the letter Y is a vowel, okay? So 5 or 6 vowels in our alphabet, and every other letter in our alphabet is a consonant. Okay, so now that we know that, let's look at the word zigzag. I'm going to show you the pattern in zigzag. Z is an actual consonant. I is a vowel. G is a consonant. And then we start the pattern over again. Z is a consonant. A is a vowel. G is a consonant. And so whenever you see a word that has this pattern, the CVC pattern, CVC, and it's got more than one, the pattern repeats itself, that's how you know where to separate the word into syllables. So I can split this word zigzag up between the 2 consonants right there, see? And then I would have 2 word parts. And the parts would be zig and zag, like this, zig and zag. Zig would be the first syllable and zag would be the second syllable. Okay, so we're going to practice finding these syllable patterns on the next slide. So let's see. I see this word. Read this word in your head right now, friends. This word is picnic. Picnic. So we call this a closed syllable pattern because we've got a consonant in P, a vowel in I, a consonant in C, and then I can see my pattern repeats itself again. Consonant, vowel, consonant. So let me show you. Look at CVC, CVC. When you've got 2 CVC patterns in a row, 2 consonants together, you can break the word up in between those 2 consonants. And so now your first syllable is pick and your second syllable is nick. Let's look at our next word. The next word is napkin. Napkin. What's the pattern you see in napkin? If I was in the classroom with you, I would be writing this word with blue and red ink. So you know what I'm going to do? While you're thinking about the pattern in napkin, I'm going to go grab a blue and a red marker. Okay, I'm back. So I don't have blue and red, but I have black and red, and that's the next best thing. I'm gonna write napkin out for you with my markers so that you can see the consonants and the vowels. Napkin. There it is. Napkin. You see that? So in napkin, I see a consonant, a vowel, a consonant, then another consonant, and another vowel, and another consonant. And look, those two consonants together means I can break my word up right in between those two consonants. I've got one pattern, I can break it up, and there's my other pattern. So how many syllables does napkin have? Napkin has 2 syllables, nap and kin. Let's look at our next word, rabbit. Rabbit. Can you identify what kind of letters you have in rabbit? Let's see. I've got an R. R is a consonant. I've got an A. An A is a vowel. I've got a B, and B is a consonant. I've got an I, and I is a vowel. And I've got a T, and T is a consonant. So if I look at my letters, I can see a pattern. Consonant, vowel, consonant, and then my pattern repeats. Consonant, vowel, consonant. So I know that if I've got 2 consonants together, I can break my word up between the 2 B's. See those 2 consonants? Look at that, CVC, break, CVC. This word has 2 syllables. Let's show them, ready? There's the consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, and there's it broken up. Rab is the first part, bit is the second part. Okay, friends, you are going to need your whiteboards or a piece of paper because it's time for us to do our daily edit. This is where we are looking for the mistakes in the sentence they gave us. He does not see me as I pass. There are 3 mistakes in the sentence, friends. He does not see me as I pass. Pause the video if you need some time to write your sentence. Well, friends, the first thing I hope you noticed was the beginning of the sentence, they did not start it with a capital letter. And you know, we always start letters with our sentences with a capital letter, always. No matter what the sentence is, it needs to start with a capital letter. So the first thing you should have done is you should have made that lowercase h a capital H. He does not see me as I pass. Friends, they spelled the word as wrong. As is spelled A-S. You might hear a little Z sound in there, but that's not how you spell it. It's spelled A and S. And finally, they're missing something at the end of the sentence. What are they missing? Did you see a period? They are missing a period there. Yes, they are. Okay, that's what your sentence should have looked like. He does not see me as I pass. You ready for the second one? Here it is. I wear a mask. Friends, there are 2 mistakes in this sentence, just 2. Pause the video if you need some time to find them. Well, we know from our last sentence that how are we supposed to start a sentence? Always with a capital letter. I hope you change that lowercase I into a capital I. I wear a mask. They spelled mask wrong. There's no E at the end of a mask. You know what I am happy to see on this sentence though? They already had the period, so good for that, right? This is what your sentence should have looked like. I wear a mask. And with that, friends, we are done with day 3. I'm going to see you tomorrow, same time, same place for day 4. Take care.